What if one unexpected bill could derail your entire life? A car breakdown, a medical emergency, or a sudden job loss. Could you handle it without spiraling into stress? Most people can't. But here's the truth. You can build a financial safety net that gives you peace of mind and real control. Today, I'm walking you through a step-by-step guide to building an emergency fund that'll have your back no matter what life throws at you. Let's dive in, because this is the one thing standing between you and financial chaos. Topic 1. Why you need an emergency fund. Let's start with the why. An emergency fund isn't just a pile of cash sitting in a bank. It's your shield against life's unpredictability. Without it, you're one bad day away from leaning on credit cards, borrowing from family, or worse, dipping into your retirement savings. Studies show 60% of Americans can't cover a $1,000 emergency without debt. That's not freedom, that's a trap. An emergency fund gives you breathing room, reduces stress, and lets you make decisions without panic. It's not about if you'll need it, it's about when. Think about Sarah, a 32-year-old graphic designer. Last year, her laptop crashed, her main tool for work. Without an emergency fund, she maxed out her credit card to replace it, adding $2,000 in debt at 18% interest. That's $360 a year just in interest payments. With an emergency fund, she could have paid cash, kept her peace, and stayed focused on her career. The cost of not having an emergency fund is always higher than you think. This isn't about fear, it's about empowerment. An emergency fund lets you say, "I've got this," when life hits hard. It's for unexpected medical bills, car repairs, or even a sudden move. It's not extra money, it's essential. And the best part? Anyone can build one, no matter your income. The key is starting small and staying consistent, which we'll get into next. But before we move on, picture this. You're sleeping soundly, knowing that no matter what happens tomorrow, a layoff, a broken fridge, or a surprise vet bill, you're covered. That's the power of an emergency fund. It's not just money, it's mental freedom. Now, let's talk about how much you actually need to feel that freedom. Topic 2. How much should your emergency fund be? The size of your emergency fund depends on your life, but a good rule is 3 to 6 months of essential expenses. Not your full income, just the basics like rent, groceries, and bills. For a single person spending $2,000 a month, that's $6,000 to $12,000. Got a family or a less stable job? Aim closer to 6 months. If you're a freelancer or in a volatile industry, maybe even 9. The goal is enough to cover life's curveballs without forcing you to sell your car or move back in with your parent. Let's make it real. Meet James, a 28-year-old bartender. His monthly expenses are $1,800. Rent, food, utilities, and his car payment. He calculated 3 months' worth. $5,400. That's his target. When his bar closed unexpectedly for 2 months last year, his $3,000 emergency fund kept him afloat until he found a new gig. Without it, he'd have been couch surfing or racking up debt. Don't let the numbers scare you. You don't need $10,000 overnight. Start with a mini goal, $500 or $1,000. That alone can cover most small emergencies. A flat tire, a doctor's visit, or a broken phone. The key is to scale up over time. If you're wondering how to even start saving, don't worry, we're getting there. One mistake people make is thinking they need a massive fund right away. That's paralyzing. Instead, break it into chunks. Save $100 a month, and in a year, you've got $1,200. It's not about speed, it's about progress. And once you hit that first $1,000, you'll feel unstoppable. Topic 3. How to start saving for your emergency fund. Starting an emergency fund feels like trying to climb a mountain when you're already out of breath. But it's simpler than you think. First, open a separate savings account. Don't mix this with your checking. A high-yield savings account is best. Some online banks offer 4 to 5% interest, turning your $1,000 into $1,040 to $1,050 a year with zero effort. Next, automate your savings. Set up a $25 or $50 monthly transfer from your checking account. Automation removes the temptation to spend it. Take Lisa, a 35-year-old teacher. She started with $20 a week, $80 a month, automatically moved to her savings. In 1 year, she had $960, enough to cover a surprise dental bill. She didn't feel the pinch because it was automatic. Small, consistent deposits add up faster than you think. Another trick: redirect windfalls, tax refunds, bonuses, or even birthday cash. Put half or all into your emergency fund. Last year, I got a $600 freelance gig out of nowhere. Instead of buying new sneakers, I threw it into my fund. It felt good knowing I was building security, not just stuff. You can also cut one small expense. Skip one coffee run a week, $5 saved. That's $260 a year. Or negotiate a bill. I called my cable company and saved $15 a month. That's $180 a year for your fund. The point is, you don't need to overhaul your life. Just make small, intentional choices. Topic 4. Where to keep your emergency fund. Your emergency fund needs to be safe, accessible, and growing without risk. A regular savings account at your bank is fine, but high-yield savings accounts are better. They're FDIC insured, so your money's safe and they earn more interest. For example, Ally or Marcus often offer 4% plus interest rates, compared to 0.01% at traditional bank. That's $40 a year on $1,000 versus 10 cents. Don't put your emergency fund in stocks or crypto. Why? They're volatile. Imagine needing $2,000 for a car repair, but your stock portfolio just dropped 20%. You'd be forced to sell at a loss. Emergency funds are about certainty, not gambling. Money market accounts are another option. They're safe and liquid but might have slightly lower interest. Here's a real example. Maria, a 40-year-old nurse, kept her $5,000 emergency fund in a checking account earning nothing. She switched to a high-yield savings account at 4% interest. In 2 years, she earned $400 without lifting a finger. When her AC broke, she withdrew $2,000 instantly. No stress, no fees. Keep it separate from your daily spending account to avoid temptation. And check your bank's withdrawal rules. Some limit you to 6 free withdrawals a month. Pick a bank that fits your needs. Online banks often have the best rates and no fees. Topic 5. How to protect and maintain your emergency fund. Building an emergency fund is one thing. Keeping it intact is another. The biggest threat? You. It's tempting to dip into it for a vacation or a new phone, but that defeats the purpose. Treat your emergency fund like a fire extinguisher. Only break the glass in a real crisis. A crisis is a job loss, medical bill, or essential repair, not a sale at your favorite store. Create a mental rule. Before touching your fund, ask, is this an emergency or just inconvenient? For example, when my friend Tom's car needed $800 in repairs, he used his emergency fund. When he wanted a new gaming console, he saved separately. That discipline kept his fund intact. Another tip: replenish what you use. If you withdraw $1,000 for an emergency, make a plan to replace it. Cut back on dining out or pause a subscription for a few months. When I had to use $500 for a vet bill, I skipped takeout for 2 months and put that money back. It felt like hitting the reset button. Finally, review your fund yearly. If your expenses rise, say you move to a pricier apartment, adjust your target, and celebrate milestones. Hitting $1,000 or $5,000 deserves a pat on the back. It's not just money. It's proof you're taking control of your future. Building an emergency fund isn't just about money, it's about freedom from fear. Today we covered why you need one, how much to save, where to keep it, how to start, and how to protect it. This isn't a luxury, it's a necessity. Every dollar you save is a step towards sleeping better at night, knowing you're ready for life's surprises. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Start small, automate it, and stay disciplined. Take that first step today, even if it's just $10. You're not just saving money, you're building a stronger, more confident you. You're one step closer to financial freedom, and I'm so proud of you for sticking with me. Want to keep building that money mindset? Check out the description or the first pinned comment. I've left some exclusive tips and resources just for you. And since you're here, YouTube's picked the perfect next video for you to watch. It's on the screen now. Keep going, and I'll see you in the next one.